What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. My name again is Chris Drummond. I'm a freelance sports reporter based out of Minnesota here, proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a special guest that's on with me today. As you can see, her name is Donni Blackwell. Yeah, absolutely. She is a Next Pittsburgh writer. And we're going to talk to her about her why of getting into writing, getting into journalism. We're also going to ask her some get to know you questions. So, absolutely. And Donnie, I appreciate you being on the podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, no doubt, no doubt. And listen, my first question is to you is the same as it always is with everybody that comes on the podcast. And that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or any inspirations growing up? Ultimately, what led you into wanting a career in journalism?
Yeah, so my why would be to kind of just tell the stories behind the athletes. I mean, I know that's kind of like the wave that everybody says that they're trying to be on by actually getting to know the athlete. But I feel like early on, when I first became interested in sports reporting when I was 14 years old, I would kind of study sports reporters from Lisa Salters and Aaron Andrews every time I would watch a game. And those type of reporters are required to just kind of talk about the stats. Well, that's what it looked like to me when I was 14
Mhm.
years old. And then
Sure.
as I started to grow throughout high school and going to college, I wanted to be the kind of person who can sit down with somebody, kind of like how we're doing, and just talk to them because throughout college, like I became friends with the athletes. I actually had a cousin who was on the football team at the University of Pittsburgh, and
Okay.
it's like they are people behind what we see. They're not strictly just for our entertainment and our enjoyment. And just going through college and seeing that, I actually became more in depth with my why, which is being able to tell their stories, what interests them, or like anything outside of what we see with our own eyes, like who they are as a person. As far as people that I've studied, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm obsessed with Taylor Rooks. I just
Yeah,
love
he's
the
good.
way, yeah, I just love the way that she talks. She's able to have a conversation. She's a conversationalist. That's kind of what I consider her. Um, she's not the typical sports reporter that you would see on a sideline. Even though she does a little bit of that, it's still more of storytelling. And when you go and you get your degree in journalism, that's what it is. It's storytelling. So she's
Mhm.
somebody that I really look up to. She has no shame in the fact that she is friends with these athletes because it helps her create a better story and a better narrative for them as well. And that's ultimately what I want for myself.
That's a great role model to have because she's one of the best to do it in the game. There's no question about that. I love that why because athletes are more than people. You hear the slogan more than an athlete. You hear the slogan just shut up and dribble and stuff like that. But storytelling is such a beautiful thing. And when you are able to tell some of these feature stories and sit down and interview some of these athletes and talk to them, you really get some great content out of them to be able to just know them for who they are and not just what they do. And that's the amazing part of why I wanted to be a journalist as well. Kobe Bryant is my favorite player of all time. I grew up in California, so I loved just Kobe. I love basketball, and he's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get into sports as well. A bonus question for you because you've asked everybody this, so I want to ask you: Who is your sports crush?
Who's my sports crush? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't even know if I really have one, but I'll just say one just because.
Okay.
Who the girlie's talking about right now is the receiver from the Kansas City Chiefs. Now his background is not the best what he's going through right now, but is it
Rasheed
Rasheed
Rice.
Rice?
Rasheed Rice.
Yeah, that I see him all on TikTok, so we're gonna just
Okay.
say him. But I don't really have like a fan. Like I'm a fan girl of like
Mm-hmm.
people, but we can take him. He's cute.
Okay, okay. I feel you on that. I would definitely say if I had to pick a sports crush, uh, um, mm, that one is tough. But I would say De'Erica Hamby from the LA Sparks. Uh,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
I don't even
De'Erica.
watch. I don't even watch women's basketball like that. I gotta get
Oh
into it.
man, oh
I've
man.
tried. I'm trying. It's just like with
Hmm.
basketball, I'm a football person, but with basketball, I never really know when the
Hmm.
games are coming on. I watch women's college basketball, but not to the point where I would know everybody's names. But around the Final Four time, March Madness or the NBA playoffs is kind of where I tune in. Basketball is just like it's hard to get my attention. I have a short attention span, so
Wow. Okay, I'm with you on that. No, but I like the fact that you do tune in to at least the March Madness tournament and stuff like that. Yeah, De'Erica Hamby. You know about Naomi Osaki? Do you know about her? Yeah, that's another one. That's another one too. That's
okay,
pretty
yeah,
nice. Absolutely, no question. You went to the University of Towson first.
yes.
Then you transferred to the University of Pittsburgh. Talk to me about going to those two particular universities, and were there any other universities that could have persuaded you from going there?
Okay, so for Towson, let's start there. I'm
Okay.
from Prince George's County, Maryland. This is where I
Mm.
grew up. I went to school here. I graduated during COVID. Okay, so I ran track for 3 years in high school. I got to the point where I was actually getting scholarships to go to school,
Okay.
and I was at that halfway point. I was a jumper, triple jumper to be exact. I was at those numbers where I could go D2 like and be good, or
Hmm.
like go D1 and like be just all right to stay like on a scholarship. So
Sure.
around the time when I started getting them was my end of junior year, beginning of senior year. So end of season, I had offers to like Lincoln University, Frostburg, those were in the area. Then I wanted to go D1 because I'm like, okay, I didn't even think I'd get an offer. Like, might as well go all the
Right.
way, right? So my coach, my jump coach, he went to Hampton and he said you have to hit this number to at least get a call from Hampton. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. Then COVID hit. The
Right.
literally like 2 weeks I think before it was time for me to, get going with outdoor season in March. So I was like, okay, I didn't like any of the schools that I really had an offer from. As far as me like doing what I'm doing now, I would have had to really like get it out the mud, and I'm like, I can't
Yeah,
risk
you
that.
ain't trying to do that, is what you saying.
Yeah, so I'm just
Basically,
like,
okay.
okay, why not help my parents? At least I can go to a school in state, and then I just applied to Towson. And I got in, and I was like, it's only an hour away. When you're 18, you don't really want to go super duper far. So I
Right.
was just like, I'm an hour away to where that if something goes wrong, they can get to me. And then if I'm partying and they see me doing something, they don't feel like driving out here. So whatever. I just went to Towson. Um, then I stayed at Towson online for 1 year. That's when I started my podcast in my house because I didn't have anything to do. Um,
Right.
then the second year, which is my first year on campus, I went and I was taking all of these film courses when I was a communications major, and that kind of threw me off. I'm like,
Mm.
I'm learning how to write movie scripts, and my minor was electronic media and film. And there was only one
Oh,
professor
okay.
in the
Okay.
entire media department that had experience actually being on TV. The rest of them, I don't know. They probably just went to school and became a professor just like me. But
Okay.
I'm like, I don't want to write movies. I was literally learning how to do all of that, and I'm just like, I was doing something there called the Towson Sports Network, and that's where they kind of had like the cameras. I was doing camera one, operating or whatever, and I'm
Okay.
just like, okay, I want to be on TV. Now
Right.
they told me you got to start behind the camera, and I got that. I understood that. But then I started to feel like they was leading me on and playing with me. So I was like, all right, y'all can't even give me what I want. So
Right.
I'm
Give
like,
me
I
a
gotta go
shot.
to a
Give me an
school.
opportunity.
Yeah, I gotta
Right.
go to a
Right.
school with more resources. So I chose the University of Pittsburgh because my parents were born and raised in Pittsburgh, and I was
Okay.
born in Pittsburgh. I just grew up in Maryland. I moved to Maryland when I was 6, so I'm basically from PG, but I was born in Pittsburgh. So my
Right.
whole family's down there. I had a cousin who actually was in her freshman year there, and it looked like she was having a blast. So I was like, dude, they have a good journalism program. And I applied, took a leap of faith, and I ended up getting into one of the highest schools that they have, like one of the most prestigious colleges they have in the university, which was Dietrich Arts and Sciences. That's like the hardest one to get into. So I got
Okay.
in, I moved, and I went to Pitt.
I love that. I love that. 412 Pittsburgh area code. No doubt
Yep.
about it. I have family out there, so I'm very familiar with Pittsburgh. And I'm pretty sure you are familiar with what is it called? Kennywood? Is it Kennywood out there is what
Yeah.
it's called? And Hershey's Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm definitely familiar with that area for sure. I want to ask you some favorite questions, Donnie. And you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions, okay? So let's get ready to rock. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Pasta. Any
That's
type of
probably
pasta.
that's probably the easiest too. You probably some of the easiest stuff to now. What kind of pasta we talking? We talking Alfredo, ziti, rigatoni? What we talking?
Mainly Alfredos.
Okay, I'm with you on that. And you know how to make the Alfredo sauce.
Hmm.
Mm, okay, all
Sometimes I
right,
cheat though. Sometimes I do buy the canned Alfredo sauce, but when I'm actually in the mood to cook, I can make it from scratch too.
all right, Donnie. I'm just saying, if I pull up, I might have to try some of that sometime. I'm just saying. I'm throwing that offer out there. 412. I'm a huge taco person, so I love tacos. Anything tacos, chicken, steak, um, doesn't matter. Turkey ground, I'm with that. So I love tacos.
I just had taco yesterday.
Oh, okay. So you already know. That's what's up. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
I'm not a concert person. My friends can tell you this, but which one? Oh, Chris Brown. I went to see Chris Brown and Lil Baby. That was about the best concert.
Yeah, that
Everything else was
definitely.
something cheap. I just went because I had a ticket.
I feel that. I feel that. I would say the weekend is my favorite that I went to. Definitely love the weekend for sure. No question about that. Okay. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Jamaica.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, what kind of trip was that? Was that like a family trip?
Yeah, that was my second time out the country. I went with my parents. We just went just to go, but it was cool. I mean, I had fun. That was my first time in Jamaica. We're
Hmm.
actually going in December for Christmas, so I get to go as an adult now.
Okay. Now, is it with family again, or are you going with some friends?
Yeah, I'm the only child, so like we do like Christmas um vacations now because I'm not getting any gifts. So
I feel that. Okay, that's what's up. Jamaica's also my favorite place I've ever traveled to. Had the opportunity to go there last October on a cruise, and it was so beautiful. Food, the people, the beaches, the vibe, everything is good. The weather was really hot. I ain't gonna lie about that. It was smoking hot, but at the same time, it was still pretty cool. And I went with my dad's side of the family, so it was pretty awesome. I'm a sports person. You're a sports person, so I got to ask you a sports question. So this is a two-parter. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV, and favorite sport you like to attend in person. They could be the same sport.
oh well, football. Okay, wait,
Okay.
no. Okay, I'll do. I like to
Mhm.
watch football on TV, and I
Okay.
like to watch track and field in person.
Okay. All right. Football on TV, and let me guess, are you a Steelers fan?
Yes, I am. You see my jersey.
Ooh, look at that. Okay. So how you feel about Aaron Rodgers coming to the team?
Um, I wasn't a fan at first, but to see the fan base kind of adjusting and getting excited, I can't help but get excited just to see. Um, he's not my favorite addition though, so the other moves that we made, I'm kind of more excited to see versus Aaron Rodgers. But I love Aaron Rodgers. I did love prime Aaron Rodgers. Like
Oh,
when
he was
him
a
and Ben
beast.
were still, yeah, when him and Ben were still in the league, those were my top two quarterbacks. I love them both. But now that he's a Steeler, I'm just like, oh wow, I thought I would love you way more. But yeah,
Right. Right. I'm looking forward to seeing what DK Metcalf can do over there. That should be pretty interesting to see what he can do for sure. Hopefully, the Steelers can sign TJ Watt, get that contract situation done soon. Hopefully, they can get that done
They
because,
have to. They have no choice.
right,
But
it,
we
it
all
should
got
should be a no brainer type situation with TJ Watt. But, I don't know what their finances is looking like. I don't know.
they should
Uh,
be fine because we don't pay anybody.
And you say that, and how do you feel about Najee Harris leaving the team? He's now a Charger now.
Najee wasn't really a big loss for me. I
Okay.
think I liked Najee more as a person, like his story, than a
Hmm.
player.
Got you.
Um, but also when it comes to running backs, I feel like I'm pretty critical. I'm not really here for like the patience thing. Like Le'Veon Bell, he was a great player, but that stuff used to irritate me
I
so
bet.
bad.
I
I'm like,
bet.
bro, just please run through the whole like the opening. If you got it, you got it. Looking at his highlights now, I'm like, okay, I see why he did it. But I'm like, bro, just you know,
Just go. That's what you just
yeah.
say. Just go. Right. I totally understand
So
you. I feel that.
he's
I feel
not.
that. Okay, that's what's up. Last of the favorites. Favorite place that you like to eat at? I'm a huge foodie, so next time I do come to the 412, where should I go eat at?
Mm. I'm not gonna lie, I do not eat out there. I cook when I'm in Pittsburgh because I do not like their food like that. They only got pizzerias. Um,
Only pizzerias. That's all they got.
they got pizzerias and like they have a lot of Thai and like Asian spots, especially
Oh,
around
okay.
campus. But
Okay.
I do have one spot that I love that's not around in Pittsburgh. It's called Piata. It's like Chipotle, but it's pasta, and the pasta is actually really good. I get
Okay.
an upgrade up there. Get a
Okay.
couple of those. It's good.
Okay. I'll definitely have to check that out next time I'm up there for sure. No question. So let's talk about your day to day. Like what do you do now as far as, writing? What kind of stories that you typically write? Do you stay in sports? Do you temper off and do other genres? What is your like hours of operations as far as when do you start? When do you end? Um, how many stories do you do a week? Talk to me about your day to day operations and preparing to do that.
My days are actually kind of chill. Because writing for Next, I'm like a freelance intern, so they only
Mm,
required me to do monthly stories. And then I had applied to Next when I was still in school, they
okay.
hired me after I graduated. So I didn't even think I
Oh,
was gonna get it because I'm like, I'm not in school anymore.
right.
But it's I've been with them for I think 6 months. It's a year, internship. But I have this mentor that I work closely with. She gives me all my stories or like story ideas. We meet monthly, maybe like bi-weekly, kind of. I love working with her. So first, Next never really wrote about sports. They were more about the community. And when she found out that I'm a sports writer, she's like, "Do you want to get into that?" And I'm like, "Of course I do."
Absolutely.
Because I kind of lost the writing part when I was in college. So I didn't write because I was actually an associate editor of the newspaper at Towson. Wasn't a fan, so I didn't do it at Pitt.
Sure,
So I'm
sure.
like, I gotta get back into writing. So now I do writing for them, and I also do videos because she knows that I want to be on camera, and I'm trying to build a, portfolio. I've written a couple sports stories. I interviewed an athlete. I did something on the draft that was like my idea, but I've also done something on Pittsburgh public schools. So when I joined Next, my main thing, because I didn't think that they were gonna let me write about sports, I said that I would write about Pittsburgh public schools in the youth because I have like 12 younger cousins, I believe, first
Wow.
cousins
Wow.
that are under the age of 15. So like I'm the
Okay.
oldest and then 15 and below and I'm 23. So we have like a pretty large age gap between all of us and they're in Pittsburgh public schools and I am reporting for the Whippeal, which is like Western Pennsylvania football, not the
Sure.
city.
Sure.
And when I was going around to these schools in Western PA, I'm like, whoa, these schools are huge. Like they're bigger than the school that I went to in Maryland, and I went to a pretty large school. I went to a 4A school. They have 4A, 5A, 6A. I've never in my life seen a 6A school. And I'm
Mm,
like, oh wow. But I know that my younger cousins don't go to a school like that because they're in the city.
right.
And that was something that I wanted to focus on because I'm just like, I didn't really like the differences. There are major differences. If you talk to people in Pittsburgh about the city schools versus the Western PA schools, there's a big difference in like academics, the resources and stuff like that. So I was trying to dig into that. So I get to do a little bit of both. And I am trying to step into entertainment as well. I did cover a BET event that was in DC.
Okay.
So, doing things like that, my main goal for my career right now is to freelance but be as versatile as possible until I find that full time opportunity.
Oh
So,
yeah.
day to day is really just me. I'll go to the gym, maybe do some research on my podcast. When I am working on a story, I'll do that, record videos. Like, it's my day to day is pretty much, I don't know, I'm what I'm gonna do until that morning.
No, I feel that, and that's typically what the life of a journalist is. You never know what story you're gonna do. Every day is different. No 2 days are ever the same. So I totally understand that. You just preparing yourself for what's coming ahead for sure. But I love the fact that you want to be versatile in different genres, in sports and news and entertainment. Bonus question came up in my mind because a lot of people have been talking to me about this. Have you also been a fan of Love Island?
No. I don't watch reality TV. Not because
Mm,
I don't like it, but because I am the type of person who gets hooked on things. Then if I miss an episode, I'll fall off like completely. So I just don't even like to get into all of that. Like, but I have been up to date with it on TikTok. But like I said, my attention span is short. I couldn't sit down every night at 9 o'clock and watch a show because I'm like, my
me
life is
too.
just so like up in the air. Like who knows what I'm gonna be doing at 9 o'clock. So I just never wanted to commit myself to watching Love Island. And I'm just not like a fan of all of the stuff they have to do on this show. I think it's a little
Right.
too personal. But as far as the couples and stuff, like I definitely know who the people are on TikTok. But
Okay. Okay. I've just heard a lot about it. I haven't watched one episode, Donnie, not one.
yeah, me neither. I
Uh,
can't sit there and watch. It's just like I can't even watch a whole basketball game without moving. So I know I can't watch a whole reality TV show without
Yeah, it's
my
pretty
joints
hard for me to
tingling.
watch that now. Being into sports now, I love sports with a passion, but if I'm sitting and I'm not covering the games, like it's hard for me to sit through like a football game. They take too many breaks. It's timeout this, timeout that, huddle this, huddle that. It's like, all right, bro, I'm going to make me a sandwich. I'm gonna come back. Or
Right.
basketball the same way. It's just very tough now. So because I just can't sit still for that long. And football's 3 hours long. And that's if they don't go into overtime. If they don't go into
Right.
overtime, it could be longer. So that's for sure. But I had to ask that bonus question for sure. It's a great segue though, because I want to talk about mental health and work-life balance. Being in this industry, some of the words that you hear, especially as a journalist, you hear overworked, underpaid, and burnout. And you hear those words quite a bit. There's been colleagues of mine that have left the industry and went to do different things for that reason. They've left because of work-life balance, right? You miss celebrations, you miss time with your friends, you miss time with your family, all different kind of things. Talk to me about how you keep your mental health strong, and preferably maybe while you was in college, taking classes because you had a lot of a workload, classes and trying to do media and different things of that nature. Talk to me about how you kept your mental health strong, but also had that work life balance. Because Donnie, you do seem like a wonderful woman to hang out with. You do seem like you could turn up at times, but you also seem like you're very serious about this career as well. So how do you balance that out?
I'm gonna be very transparent. People, I don't know if everybody on your platform would agree with what I'm about to say, but I'm a Christian, so in
Okay.
order to keep my mental health in check because it can go left sometimes, especially post grad life. Like early on, it was very a depressing time for me. I'm just like, I did all this in college and I thought that I would just blow up, like have people
Sure.
knocking down my door wanting me to work for them. And it
Sure.
didn't work out that way. So that's where it really took a toll on me. And I just stay grounded in my faith, honestly. I pray, I go to church. I've been doing this thing recently where I'm like telling myself to go in person every week. So I've been pretty good with that, pretty consistent with that. That's how I keep my mental health in check. Just prayer. As far as like, what was the next question? Like, what do I do? Oh,
Yeah, like work life balance.
and I mean, I'm actually in this stage where I'm trying not to beat myself up for having fun because
Yeah,
I know even though I really want a job, full time job, and not taking little freelance opportunities, I know when I really do get that full time job, the time that I have now to have with my friends,
it's
it
gone.
will be, yeah, little. So I'm like telling myself when I don't feel like going, I'm like, girl, get up because it's going to be a day where you want to do this and you won't be able to. So
Right.
I hang out with my friends. I hang out with my friends during the week, go to happy hours, go out. You know, I live 20 minutes away from DC, so there's always something to do, even when there's
You
literally
ain't
nothing.
lying. Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
DC's like literally, I be overlooking it, but it's literally like another Atlanta or another Houston. Like
Mhm.
the way we want to travel to Houston or Atlanta, they want to come here because there's stuff to do. So yeah, I kind of just spend time with my friends, even if that's working out. I try to go to the gym with my dad like every day almost. Just doing little things that I like to do outside of my career, and then just kind of finding myself as a young woman, like what just finding things that I like to do. So I'm using
Hmm.
this time to really just find myself. And then as far as like balancing it with work, I still prioritize it, you know, as far as like me writing my articles, but still just finding ways to keep myself grounded during around those times and those moments.
Absolutely. And I appreciate your transparency by opening up. I really do. Um, because it's very relatable. A lot of people go through that. You know, when you go and you're doing stuff in college and you're getting those reps and you're kind of building your portfolio, and then all of a sudden you get out of college and you don't hear nothing for weeks on weeks on weeks, and you've been applying and you're like, oh my gosh, like when is it going to happen for me? That's a natural feeling. It's a natural feeling to have. I can remember graduating from college in 21 when I graduated with my undergrad, and I just got my master's this year. But I
Congrats.
graduate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I can remember when I graduated from my undergrad. Obviously, we're applying for jobs prior to us graduating, right? Obviously, but at the same time, afterwards, I didn't hear anything. It was
Right.
months that went by. It was like at least 3 months. I didn't hear anything until, like, probably the first week of November because I graduated in the summertime, so I graduated in July, the last day of July, and I didn't hear anything as far as any kinda offers or anybody until November,
Right.
and I was definitely discouraged, but I turned to some mentors, and some brothers really helped me and talked to me, and just really said, "Just keep it up, just keep at it. All you need is one yes. All you need is one yes." I kept hearing that over and over again. All I need is one yes. And it's like, I feel you, but I'm getting a whole lot of
Right.
no's.
Right.
Right?
It's hard. That's really the hardest part. It's like you know it's gonna happen, but it's just the win, and I try. That's why I go
Mhm.
to church because I try so hard not to worry about the win. But I'm like, bro, I'm losing my mind.
Right.
Like because I was like a business owner. I still own my business. I just don't do it anymore like that.
Okay.
But at 17, I was doing lashes up until I was like 21, I think. College
Oh,
Pitt
okay.
kind of Pitt kind of put me in a rut. It was too I couldn't handle both, so I took a break.
Right.
Um, but I was used to like making my own schedule. I was used to working every day. Like I felt productive. So now that have to sit around as a journalist and like wait for my yes, it literally kills me some days, and I'm just like, ugh,
I
get
know it.
frustrated.
I know it. And listen, it's definitely, as you said, it's definitely going to come. And I'm glad that now at least you're still getting reps to be able to write, so that way it won't go away. So that way when you do get that full-time job, it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing. Yes, time does go, but you're doing something that you love to do, and then you'll find people that is likewise as well. You know, some of your friends, they're probably day ones. They'll understand that you have a journalist type of schedule, and stuff like that. And then there's some people that, unfortunately, Donnie, I had to cut out. I had to cut out of my life because I really love this journalism stuff. I love sports journalism to the core, but it's hard for them to understand my schedule when you're working a business type schedule, 8 to 5, 9 to 6, and you go home every day at that time. Like, that's not sports, that's not journalism, that's never going to be my schedule because we don't work early in the mornings like that. Sports are nights and weekends. You may work early in the morning on a Saturday, maybe, and that's because you're doing some kind of tournament, but that's about it. Um, but it's a great segue again because I want to ask you about advice. What is some advice that you would tell maybe some incoming freshmen or maybe somebody that's still in college that wants to be in a sports writer or wants to be in the journalism industry? What kind of advice would you give them to the things that they should do while they're in college?
I remember being the director for the radio, and I was just telling people, like a freshman, I told her not to do too much, but still like do enough. Like they always say, you can't get involved when you're a freshman, but I would say as soon as you step on campus, get in there. Like find something along
Right,
the lines of what you want to do. Don't
right.
tell them that, oh, you may have to wait until you're a junior. Like, no. Start building your portfolio now. And a lot of people go into college like being undecided. I mean, that's them. But for me, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So if you want to be a journalist, if you want to interview people, if you want to be a writer, do it and do it as soon as you start, because by the time you're at the finish line, your portfolio will be massive to the point where you don't even know, like for me, I felt like I did so much. I'm like, I don't even know where I fit in. Like, I can do radio, I can do play by play, I can write,
Yep,
I can report, I can be an anchor, I can be a reporter.
yep.
And the crazy thing is, I was able to do that only in 2 years because I really didn't do much at Towson because I had Corona, and then um, my first year I was still getting accumulated to college. So just imagine if you're able to do that with all 4 years.
Yeah,
Like you, as soon as you step foot on campus, go find your people, find a club, find people with in your class that you can hang out with too. I think that helped me as well. Like my senior year, I found friends that I would consider friends like in my classes, because we can relate on some of the frustrations and things and like motivate each other on the things we were going
absolutely.
through. Because being a full-time college student and a journalist, those schedules just do not align. Like they're
You're
just
right.
ridiculous. So I would say get your foot in the door as soon as possible. Don't let anybody tell you no. Um, Keep your head on straight. Know exactly what you want. Don't try to let anybody convince you, like, oh, you should try it. No, I know exactly what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. You can give me advice on, like, maybe how to get to my end goal, but I have my end goal. So be confident in what you want to do, and, find your people, find your group.
I like that. No, that's very good advice. No question about that. Let's talk about the origins of your sports podcast that you do. Like you said, you started it kind of during the COVID-19 pandemic that was going on. Talk to me about what your podcast consists of. Are you still recording it? Do you have a co-host or is it just you? How many episodes do you normally do if you still do it? Yeah, just talk to me about your podcast a little bit.
So my podcast is called She's Got the Lead. It did start because I couldn't go on campus, and like how I said earlier, know what you want to do.
Right.
So me starting my podcast, I started in my dining room. I used to be a YouTuber when I was 14. I was like a one of those girls who sat down and reviewed hair, or I would do my makeup or something. I was doing that at 14. So I had a
Okay.
camera, a nice camera too, like think it was like $700. So I had a $700 camera, but I didn't do YouTube no more. So I'm like, we're gonna sit this thing up and we are
Right.
gonna make a podcast. It
Right.
kind of was like, it felt like a movie. It was like a ding in my head one day because I started learning about football through my dad, and we will always have like these major debriefs, like at the table when we're eating dinner, me, him, and my mom, and it would really just be me and him talking. So I was like, we should turn this into a show, like, because
Hmm.
we wouldn't always agree on stuff either, so we would be debating. So I asked him like, hey, you want to do this with me? And we did the camera. I made my mom be the person to press start and stop, like the producer, the lighting, and it got to the point where I think I took it off of YouTube and I put it on my Instagram where I had
Okay.
a little bit of followers and you can post all your reels on there.
Yep.
And I started getting some attention. Like even kids I went to elementary school with, they're like, I didn't even know you liked football. And I'm like, they're in the comments. I was getting like 5,000 views at the time. Now I'm getting a lot, but back then that was a lot to me. And people was just loving it. Then I went on campus and it kind of fell off. Um, then I transferred to Pitt, kind of fell off again. But I created it as like an Instagram page. I really didn't start getting back into it until like this recent year. But I made an Instagram page because I'm like, I can post my videos on there. So it stopped being like a sit down type of podcast, more to like a portfolio for me.
Okay.
And then after I graduated, I'm like, bruh, I ain't have nothing to do.
Bring it
So
back.
yeah, I brought it back. So I did like all of this stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah.
yeah, I made all of that, the fonts myself. I invested into all of this, like the setup, the lighting.
Hmm.
And now it's more like virtual, but I figured out how to get it on Spotify, things like that. I actually have an episode that I'm about to shoot later tonight with my friend. He plays for the Los Angeles Rams right now, so it kind of went from being kind of like I was inspired by like First Take and Around the Horn when I first started it. Now it's just me, and a person I might be interviewing. Also, it's not. I'm trying to find exactly what it is, what my niche is right now as I'm doing
Sure.
it.
Sure.
But it's not like a sports podcast, kind of how it used to be, where we're just talking about topics because as I've been growing in my career, a lot of women ask me like, how did I get here? How did I get here? And I'm like, I mean, hey, I feel like I can answer those questions too. So when I don't have a guest, it's just me. I recently just did an episode that came out last week called The Power of Being the Only Woman in the Room.
Right.
So it's a little bit of sports, but it's not going to be like me having a co host and we're screaming like we're Stephen A. Smith. Like, um, my friend who I'm interviewing today is gonna be about like the faith behind him waiting for when he got his draft call. It's not gonna be the
Sure.
traditional, oh how did this happen or what did you do to get to this point? It's gonna be like how did you really feel internally?
Right.
So again, athlete stories, my personal beliefs, encouraging other women in the space is currently what it is.
No, I like that. I do, and I'm definitely going to have to check it out. That's for sure. I definitely want to check out that podcast. So please continue to give me the 411 on that, so I can definitely go and check you out and support you in your podcast. And if I can hop on it, hey, that'd be great too. I'll also support that way as well. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it for sure.
Yeah.
No question. Um, we have now reached the portion of the podcast, and now we're going to play my interactive game called This or That. So it's a game, Donnie, that I like to play with people here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, and it's pretty simple. I'm going to throw some things at you based upon the questions, and you get to choose this or that. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Out of these two restaurants, which restaurant would you rather eat at? Popeyes or KFC?
Popeyes.
Girl, you on point like a period. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we are off to a great start. Here we go. When it comes to chicken wings, which flavor would you rather put on the wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Barbecue. I thought you was gonna say buffalo.
That's actually my third favorite. That is my third favorite sauce. I love me some buffalo. Obviously, you love you some buffalo as well. Okay, so we'll just pretend it's buffalo. All right, buffalo sauce you put on the wing. Do you like your wing wet or dry?
What?
Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
So you like to get a little messy. Okay, I like that. Get a wet wipe and go to work. I like that. That's what's up. Okay, okay. Definitely puts a smile on my face. These next five questions have to do with music concerts. If you were to go to them, which one would you rather go to? Okay, so which music artist? First one's gonna be a little tough, I think, but which music artist would you rather go see? Beyonce or Rihanna?
Why did I know you were gonna say that? Beyonce.
Why'd you feel like I was gonna say that?
Cause Beyonce's popular right now, and the only person she can really compete with is Rihanna. Not compete,
Mm,
but
okay, okay. So here we go. Which music concert would you rather go to? SZA or her?
her. I love her. I love her music. I don't listen to SZA like that.
Okay, all right. You definitely going against the grain on that one, but that's what's up. I like that. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Chris Brown or Usher?
Chris Brown.
You sure?
Hmm.
Okay. All right. All
I
right.
ain't that grown for Usher yet.
Okay. Oh. All right now. No. I'm gonna let you talk it. Here we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Lil Wayne or J. Cole?
J. Cole, we have the same birthday. That's my dog.
Okay. All right. I like that. You was very decisive on that one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see The Weeknd or Ariana Grande?
I don't like listening to neither one of them, but I'll
Oh
see
my
the
lord.
weekend.
Oh Lord. You don't like The Weeknd?
I mean, I like some of his songs, but didn't he do the Super Bowl one year? I watched that, but
He
I
did.
don't know.
He did. Okay, here's a bonus one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Drake or Kendrick Lamar?
Concert wise, not speaking talent wise. Concert wise, I would go see Drake because I know he's gonna. Hey, it's all about who puts on a better show. But in the Kendrick and Drake beef, I am on Kendrick. Lyrically, I'm on Kendrick Lamar's side.
Well, of course, there's no question about that. But I like. Thank you for the clarification. First of all, we appreciate it. We appreciate you clarifying things. But Kendrick Lamar, no doubt, no doubt. So that's a good choice. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
I guess badminton.
Are you that bad of a bowler?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I can
Okay.
get a few strikes, but I be getting tired, so I rather play
I
badminton.
feel it. I mean, yeah. The birdie and the racket are definitely lighter than the ball. That's for sure. Okay, here we go. Which sport would you rather watch on TV? Basketball or baseball?
Basketball.
Okay, I like that. Do you like dessert?
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these that you'll never eat again. Okay, so here we go. First one is ice cream. The second one is cake slash pie. So they're grouped together. The third one is candy. And the last one is cookies. Which one are you getting rid of?
Ice cream. I'm
Oh,
lactose intolerant.
oh, well then, hell, yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, what is your favorite candy?
Mike and Ike's.
Really? Wow. Okay, you definitely a first on the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. I don't think anybody has never said Mike and Ike's as their
Yeah.
favorite candy for sure. But I like that. Hold on. So is that the one with the green, yellow, red, or is that the one with the red box?
The green, yellow, red. They have like a whole bunch
Okay,
of colors.
got
It's
you.
like
Assortment of colors.
gelatin candies, I think.
Okay. I'm a huge Lifesaver gummies person. That's what I like. So I like Lifesaver gummies. Okay, that's pretty good. Do you like potato chips?
Yeah.
Okay, so same format. I'm gonna name four brands. You have to choose one of these to get rid of. So here we go. The first brand is Ruffles. The next brand is Doritos. The next brand is Lay's. And the last brand is Pringles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Like all their flavors included.
Mm-hmm.
Ruffles.
Oh my, oh Lord. No, no, you did not. You said that with a straight face too. You said Ruffles. Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, well,
That's like
Donnie,
I'm thinking about the stuff that I eat the least.
I feel that.
You only eat the orange ones, but I
Well,
can live
listen,
without those.
you've been absolutely lovely. All, but you just proven that you're not perfect. So that's all. That's all. That's all. What is your favorite potato chip though?
I mean, don't judge me, but I like kettled salt and vinegar chips. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to be healthy, so my healthy choice would be the kettle salt and vinegar or the jalapeno ones. But if I'm
Okay.
not being healthy, Funyuns.
You named two of the worst chips ever made. What is going on? What is going on,
I don't
Donnie?
know, cause I don't like spicy chips like that. But Funyuns, no, no, no. Actually, scratch that. My favorite
Okay.
chips ever are
Mm-hmm.
cheddar fries. I get
All
those
right.
every time I'm in a gas station, and my friends be like, "Why do you eat those?" I love those. If they
I,
ever went out of business, I would be so upset.
yeah, I'm with your friends on that one. I'm with your friends on that. We gonna pivot from the potato chips. We just gonna move on. These next two questions are a top four. Okay, top four. First one, I would love to get a top four from you, a bucket list of events that you would like to cover in your sports journalism career. What would you like to do?
Okay, okay, that's a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that. The ESPYS.
Okay.
Oh my god, I just had it. Oh, the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I'm not gonna lie, I watched it this year, so the NBA draft, I kind of like the way it was ran.
Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good.
And let me think of something entertainment wise. I'm not gonna lie, I will host the BET Awards.
I would love to see you do that. I think you would be amazing doing that. I was about to say something like red carpet wise, because with your
Hmm.
personality, how intuitive are you? I think you would ask great questions. I think people will want to talk to you. And obviously, I think you will look amazing on the red carpet for sure.
Thank you.
No,
That's
you're
what
very welcome.
I'm trying to get. That's why I'm trying to pivot into hosting.
No,
So
I think you would be amazing doing that, and you would love the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, it's a lot of media members. Don't get me wrong. It was 6,000 of us this past year when I went and covered the Super Bowl. Um, yeah, it was a lot of us at Mercedes Benz in New Orleans, but it it was crazy how the setup was because they had like the other 40 players like walking around where the same media was walking around. So it's like, oh my gosh, we are
yeah, I
all
need to
crammed
go
in.
this year.
Yes, if you get a chance to go, which is in San Francisco, California, I'll definitely be there. I'll definitely have to say hello to you for sure.
Okay, I might try to figure out. My best friend, he plays for the 49ers.
Oh,
So
yeah. Okay. He might can do a little something, something. Who knows? You'll definitely see about that
at
for
least
sure.
just to be able to have a plus one.
Right, for sure, right? This next top four has to do with basically where you are, which is close to the DC area. I am familiar with DC Union Station, the double decker bus. I went got on that when I went there. Um, also went to a Nationals game when I was there as well. I do like the DC area. DC area is very nice. They call it Chocolate City for a reason, so I do like it there for sure.
I didn't know that.
Um, but tell me, give me a top four of things to do when I touch down in that area again.
Okay, well, speaking tourist wise, of course you gotta go to the Black History Museum. I only went
Oh,
once. I
okay.
cried when I went, so I left.
Mm.
But I did hear that they have soul food. The cafeteria is really nice. You go to the Black
Oh,
History Museum, and all of the I mean all of the museums are great. They're all free. So as a tourist, I think you should do that.
absolutely.
Let's think. Let's think. I don't know what else are we popular for. I mean, I guess you can go to a Commanders game, even though it's not in DC. The stadium
Right.
is
That's
not
in
in DC.
Virginia,
Mm-mm.
right?
The stadium is up the street from my house. It's like 5 minutes. The current stadium is in
Mm-hmm.
Prince George's County.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yep. So do that. Uh, dang, I'm naming stuff that's like not in DC. More on the Maryland side, but hey, visit like the National Harbor. That's like where our casino is, the MGM. That's where
Yeah.
most of the fights happen when
Right.
they come to DC. Again, not in DC, but whatever. Something else in DC.
Yeah.
If you're
Last
into
one.
like the nightlife,
Yes, I am definitely.
people might kill me for this, but you should go to like the clubs. It's called U Street, so it's like just a strip of bars you can go to. But
Okay.
honestly, like I'm still adjusting to the DC like a nightlife, so I can't say much because like I turned 21 in Pittsburgh, so like when I became legal to actually do all this stuff, I'm still like learning what there is to do. But yeah,
Sure. Sure. No, I understand that. There's some good things. Yes, I'm a huge NFL person. Love NFL, so wouldn't mind seeing a Commanders game. I think Jane Daniels is going to be a big time quarterback this year, coming into his second year. So yeah, I can see that. Um, and yeah, the Black History Museum, that will probably be number one on my list because I
yeah,
definitely love history. I love going and seeing history stuff like that. Have you ever heard of the Holocaust? Like not her Holocaust Museum is what I'm saying.
yeah. I think it isn't it. It's here. I think.
Well, the one I went to is the one in LA because I grew up in
Okay.
California, so I went to that one, and that definitely had me teary eyed too.
Yeah,
Seeing that.
I'm not a museums. I can't even do wax museums. I'd be freaking out. I don't like stuff like that.
I would probably freak out with you on a wax museum for sure, no question. But I do like that top four, and when I do touch down in that area, I'll definitely have to see what's up for sure. Um, what is some advice, Donnie, that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Ooh. I mean, it's kind of like the typical stuff that you would hear, but I'm trying to think of something that I would like that I've held on to. I mean, really, like personal advice for me is like that I'm like too good to kind of quit. My mentor recently told me that.
Okay.
Um, of course, what we were talking about earlier, all it takes is one yes.
Yep.
Typical. Um, And I think my professor, she says something like crazy at my graduation party, like just telling my parents that like I'm special and it's going to take a minute, but it'll happen for me just because of the type of person that I am. So, her like it's not like a quote that I could think of, but yeah, just little stuff like tidbits like that.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna get you out of here on some rapid fire. And basically what that is that I'm just going to ask you a bunch of questions, and the first thing that comes to your mind, you shout it out with glee. Okay, so here we go. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Chicken or ribs?
Duh, ribs.
Red or blue?
Blue.
Okay, sorry. I was just trying to ask you red or blue. Okay. Favorite Netflix TV show?
Oh my gosh, what is it called? What is it called? Lupin. Lupin.
Say what?
Lupin? You never seen that? About the French burglar?
Oh no, no, I have not seen that. But
Good show.
Okay, I'm gonna let you ride with that. From your lips to my ears, it's a good show. Got you. Favorite alcoholic drink?
Like lemon drop
Okay, that's cool. Cool. Favorite board
with
game?
tequila.
Uh,
Um, favorite board game. Favorite board game. I do not play these. Let's see. Monopoly.
okay, Monopoly. We'll roll with it. What about card game?
Uno.
You know I'm a beast. I hit you with that draw four, you gonna get mad.
Mhm.
I
I ain't that good, but I like to play.
feel that. I feel that now. Okay, here we go. If you had a choice to bring three people with you on vacation, who would those three people be, and where would you go? Now, Donnie, you can name friends, family, or celebrities.
Okay. Well, dang, I already have my top two. My mom and my dad. Even though they're my parents, they are very fun. My mom
Okay.
and my dad, and I'm gonna just go with like a celebrity. Who who do we all like? Oh God, like it could be any celebrity.
Any celebrity. Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably choose like Rihanna. She seems like
Okay.
she knows how to have fun.
Absolutely. No question. Now, where would you go?
Where she's from, but Barbados.
It's not a bad place. Not a bad place at all. Okay. If you had a choice to listen to three artists or three songs on repeat and never get tired of them, what would those three artists or three songs be?
The three artists, Kaylani, uh, Beyonce. Her music is very classical for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think of a rapper that I like. It's gonna make me look so corny, but I liked King Von.
Wow. Okay. King Von. All right. Those are three artists that are different, but they're still pretty good. I don't mind that. They're still pretty good. Favorite sandwich?
Um, a steak and cheese.
Mm, girl, I'm with you on that. I like the same sandwich, no doubt about that. What is the sport that you would play that you would absolutely dominate in?
I guess. Well, cheering isn't a sport, so whatever. Track.
Well, listen. Well, okay, we're gonna
I
let that
only
ride.
threw shade because I was a competitive like cheerleader and power tumbler for what 8 from when I was 6 to 14, so like 8 years.
Okay. Now, what is a sport that you would play that you would absolutely suck in?
Oh my god, softball. The hand and eye coordination do not go well for me.
Oh my lord. Okay. Well, at least you admitted it. That's okay. If they came to you, Donnie, and said you can only do one of these for the rest of your career, which one would you choose? Being an anchor, a reporter, producer, or writer?
I'm a reporter
You said, are you sure? You said that kind of reluctantly.
because I'm thinking of like the money, but I don't really like it. It depends on what type of anchor you're talking about. Like a news anchor, no.
No, I was talking about sports. I was talking all that was sports for
Oh,
sure.
well, they get paid the most, so anchor.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Go where the money is for sure. No, that's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. You did great on rapid fire, and this has been a really dope conversation. Just learning about your beginnings and your background of where you grew up, but also going to two different universities, realizing that Towson just wasn't it. But you came over to the University of Pittsburgh, graduated from there, still writing for Pittsburgh, still writing for the town of Pittsburgh, I should say. And I'm looking forward to following your career and following you as a sports writer. And hopefully, I'll be able to see you on some sidelines because that would be absolutely amazing. I'm going to also support your podcast as well. And I think you're going to be doing amazing things in the future. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you do. It's been an absolute pleasure, Donnie, talking to you on my podcast. And the last question I have for you is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, the job, or anything at all before we conclude?
Um, no, Just I will be reporting for Whitfield football again. I will be moving back to Pittsburgh next month. So if anybody's interested or wants to catch me, I will be on Fox's 22, the number 22, and it's called
Mm,
The Point. So I'll be on 22 The Point this upcoming fall for high school, and I'll still be doing my podcast live from Pittsburgh
mm.
called She's Got the Lead.
Okay, well said. Well, I want you to continue to enjoy your hump day, Wednesday, and enjoy the rest of your week as well. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.